Music is changing faster than ever. Shorter tracks, AI production, nonstop novelty, and when the music changes, the way that DJs play it changes too. But the real shift isn't just about tech or trends, it's about dopamine. Short-form platforms have trained audiences to expect a faster payoff and constant novelty and constant stimulation, and DJing is now happening inside that system. So if DJing feels different right now, it's not in your head. In this video, I'm going to show you how DJs are being pushed to adapt, what's at risk for the art form, and how to thrive as a DJ in the dopamine era. I think music used to be like a campfire. You gathered around it. You stayed and bonded over it. It unfolded slowly. A DJ would build a mood over time. Tension mattered. Silence had purpose. But today, music looks more like fireworks. It's bright and loud and immediate and over in 2 seconds, and I'm pretty sure there's a "that's what she said" joke in here. It's not because fireworks are better. I do love fireworks.
Now we're cooking with fire!
But because they're easier to notice. Short-form platforms are designed to reward fast payoff. You scroll, you get a hit of dopamine, you get bored, you scroll again, and that loop has retrained our brains. Attention is now conditioned. This is why nowadays tracks get to the drop faster, and intros are shorter, and silence feels uncomfortable. Subtlety feels risky. Music now competes inside an ecosystem that rewards novelty over patience, and spikes over slow burns, and immediate emotion over a delayed payoff. Now, this isn't a moral failure or a generational flaw. I'm not here to be judgy. I acknowledge that I am feeding right into this as a DJ who is mostly DJing on Twitch. But this influence is by design. It's engineered by the billionaires who own social media, chasing more eyes and more billions. And when the way that people consume music changes, DJs do not get to stay neutral. And that's part of the tension I think DJs are feeling. So when a DJ steps behind the decks today, they're not just selecting tracks, they're choosing between tending a fire or launching sparks. And if dopamine is reshaping how people listen, what's it doing to the way DJs actually play? For a long time, DJs were curators first. They introduced people to music and controlled discovery and decided what came next. That shaped how DJ sets worked. Long blends made sense because the audience didn't know the track. Slow builds worked because trust existed. You listened and danced because the DJ was your guide. And that world is gone. Discovery is no longer scarce. Spotify, YouTube, all the algorithms now surface music instantly. Everyone arrives at the party with a library already chosen for them. Being good at finding music is no longer rare. Access is universal, and taste alone isn't a competitive advantage in a world where people are letting AI do the thinking for them. It's like being a travel guide in a world where everyone already has access to Google Maps. So if DJs are no longer the gatekeepers of discovery, what fills that gap? There's another "that's what she said" joke there. If you feel like the rules of DJing are changing, you're right. But DJing was never just about playing songs. It was about reading a room and shaping the energy and creating momentum and moments. And that part still matters. But what's changed is how attention gets shaped before the set even starts. Dopamine has conditioned listeners for fast payoff, quick hits, immediate hooks, constant stimulation, and DJs are noticing this in real life. On DJ forums, you see it bluntly. People talk about attention spans on dance floors shrinking and how that changes what works in a set. Reddit DJs are calling it a real shift and something they feel in the booth. One even said TikTok has done for DJing what highlight reels did for sports. We now play to highlight moments, not just journeys. DJs still curate taste and we still build energy, but now we also have to frame that taste for brains trained on immediate reward and dopamine. And yes, the type of DJ you are matters a lot when we're talking about these questions. If you're a club DJ with 20 to 30-year-olds in your main demographic, then you're gonna play a lot differently than a wedding or an event DJ. And I'm really curious where you guys land on this. Do you feel like DJing has changed for you, or do you think that people are overreacting? Let me know in the comments. So if DJing now includes managing attention as much as playing music, what does that actually look like in practice? Well, here's my take. It's not the death of DJing, it's the end of DJing being done in the same way it always was. The core of the craft is still intact, and reading the room still matters. Taste still matters. Track selection still matters. Energy still matters, but what's changed is the environment that those skills operate in. Part of the new environment is visibility. Having a social media presence now is not about becoming an influencer DJ. I think it's like a modern day business card. At one point, if you didn't have a card, you were harder to book and harder to remember and harder to follow up with. But today, social media fills that role. It tells people who you are, what you play, and what kind of energy you bring. You could still be about the music, but without some public context, that music has no entry point. And so, how do you adapt? Well, first, adapting doesn't mean changing who you are. I think it means being willing to try new ways of expressing it. DJing has always evolved through experimentation, new techniques, new structures, and new gear, always new ways of building. That's still true. So trying quicker mixing doesn't erase your values, and neither does testing how long a moment needs before it lands. Those are tools, not identities. I don't think trying new techniques is selling out. And as I was writing out my thoughts about this topic, I realized I think this is one of those things that I love so much about streaming on Twitch, because platforms like Twitch make it possible for DJs to stay exactly who they are. You don't have to chase every trend and flatten your taste. It's the total opposite. You simply find the crowd that wants your sound. And if you haven't tried live streaming yet, I have some resources that I'm going to link in the description for you. I mean, there are DJs on Twitch who never talk, DJs who play only vinyl, and yes, some DJs who wear costumes. I think adapting looks like this: being curious instead of defensive about people's musical tastes, testing new techniques and genres and ways of mixing without losing your core essence, giving yourself permission to evolve or stay the same. I mean, that's what I did. I gave myself permission to laugh and play and be silly. And I can already hear the comments from DJ BJ.
Real DJs don't dance.
DJing is not dying, even when there are AI DJs on all the platforms. But what's dying is the idea that DJing can stay exactly the same while the world around it changes. Dopamine is changing how people discover music, and algorithms are changing how taste spreads, and platforms are changing where attention begins, but none of that erases the core of the craft. Reading a room still matters, crate digging still matters, energy still matters. What's changed is that DJs now have to meet people where their attention starts. That does not mean becoming someone you're not, it means deciding who you are more intentionally. So it's not the end of DJing, and if you're willing to stay curious, experiment honestly, and hold on to your values, there's never been more room to be yourself as a DJ than right now. And if you want to explore what it's like to live stream your DJ sets, go watch this playlist so you can take a peek into the wild world of Twitch.